This will not be funny if there actually is a gas leak. We have 3 weeks left of this project, and I decided I should probably explain what the hell is going on here. Wait, do we? Is it 3 weeks or 2? Yep, I'm right, it's 3 weeks. We got given the prompt, freedom, and social change. And obviously, that covers a lot of things, so we had to narrow it down. I chose to do clothing, because people wear clothes, and there's a lot involved. Because there's gender studies, manufacturing, fiber content, and how it affects the environment. There's the law. I didn't really help myself here, because this is very broad. And then we took a class trip to a museum, and they had all these cute little sets and things. And obviously, because people wear clothes, there was a lot of stuff to do with clothes and fashion in here, so we recorded that. Then I independently went to the art museum, because I still didn't really know what I was doing, and looked at paintings and things, and this painting in particular, which is the one that I'm copying now, because this is a chemise dress, like a later version of a chemise à la reine. This is my fiber content page, and it's all about different fibers that clothes can be made out of, because people don't necessarily know what the properties of the different fibers are, and why some are good and why some are slightly less good. And then there's ethical problems that come with all of the fibers, which kind of need to be answered and considered when you're making a choice of what fiber you want to make your clothing with. So these blank pages, which I have the rest of the book of, there's no way I'm filling this. We had a little meeting with our tutor this week, just to check that we weren't, slacking off, or we kind of at least knew what we were doing. And my target from that was just to put all of my research that I have already done, everything's on Word documents, and put it in the book. Because you can't demonstrate understanding if no one can see the research that you did and it just looks like this. So I have a dilemma. I have chosen what my final piece is going to be. It's going to be a paper doll that is demonstrating all of the underlayers for historical clothing. But which piece of clothing are we going to do? I'll talk you through my little options. So, option 1 is the dress from the swing painting. You know, the girl on the swing in the pink dress. I'm biased towards this dress because I like pink. and I want it to be cute. Then we've got Queen Victoria's wedding dress. It's a nice dress, but I feel that the final product, if I did do this dress, would look a little bit too close to something you could buy in a London gift shop, and that's just not what I want. This option is a dress from a John Singer Sargent painting. It's a very nice dress, and it's like a lilac purple, and I like this period. It's a very nice period. It's pretty. This dress is from a painting that's in my local art gallery, but the painting is only this part of the dress, so I don't know what the rest of it looks like. I can guess based on all of the other dresses from that year, but I can't be certain, and also the dress is fine, but it's not like, whoa. The other option, another historically significant dress belonging to Queen Elizabeth, but it's not a pastel color, and I like pink and purple and blue and other pretty colors, and this is not one of those pretty colors. Also, it's very detailed, so that'll take me a while to draw. Won't be able to do it at speed in a panic, which is what I will be doing. This is a mantua from one of our previous pages. It's a cute corally color. I like it a lot. It's historically significant. Well, the dress, the kind of dress that it is, the mantua is significant. The dress isn't necessarily significant, but she's real pretty. And the underlayers are interesting. Oh, I forgot to say, I want to do this because the underlayers are interesting and different from all the other ones, but the rest of my project is focused on like the 1700s. So is it wise for me to do something from the 1890s or the 1910s? Possibly not. This dress is one of a few examples where they have a day bodice that goes with the same skirt as the evening bodice. So it's like, oh, whoa, it's day to night wear, it's multi-purpose, but that's sort of unique to this century, roughly. Of course, like, obviously you could do it other times, but it wasn't quite as common. Like, we have quite a few examples of these. And then this one, this is just a really pretty, like, day dress. It's like a little suit, and I want one. And I'm biased towards it because it is a cute baby pink. But it's not very interesting or significant. It's just a cute dress, so I probably shouldn't do this one. I just liked it and I wanted to mention it. The only reason that I'm not completely for the swing dress is because I don't know that particular dress existed. Painters lie. Painters tell lies. John Singer Sargent didn't necessarily tell lies, so I could do this one. But, like, painters, they don't always tell the truth, especially with, like, narrative paintings. But this is definitely out of the window because now I really don't want to do, like, a tourist greeting card thing. So we're not doing this one. We're not doing this one because it's brown or red or something, and I don't like it. I'd like to do her, but I've done like a whole page on mantuas already, so should I? And also her understructure isn't very interesting. It stays in a hip pad. It's nothing like cool. Kind of like panniers and like hoop skirts. This has a cool understructure, but it's like, I wouldn't necessarily be teaching the public anything new. I say teaching the public. The public isn't going to see this, but like hypothetically, for the sake of argument, everyone knows that if it's a Victorian dress, it has a hoop skirt and a corset. This I can't do because that would be silly. So basically my only real options are this one, and this one. I'm gonna watercolor the page and have a cup of tea, and I'm gonna think about it. And by the end of the day, I have to have started at least a little bit, because I want to do sketches of all of the, like, a dissection of the layers separately on this page and figure out posing and stuff, just so that the process is in my book. So yeah, wish me luck. Hi, it's me from the future. I'm here to explain what I did because I didn't record anything for 2 days because I panicked. So, I drew my lady digitally in Procreate, but I started with the pencil sketches that I did in my sketchbook already, because the ratios and the pose felt right, and I can't draw from scratch digitally. I just don't like it. Then I traced over it with all of the underlayers in separate, like, Procreate layers. So I had everything separate, and I just sort of pulled it from my head, because I'm super interested in historical dress. So I had all of the information rattling around in my brain already, so I used it and drew out all of the pieces. Some of them I had to put on the same, like, paper layer with the pockets and the petticoat. I wanted to put them together because I really wanted the pocket bags to be on the paper doll somewhere, but the laces at the top would have been way too skinny and it just wouldn't have structurally worked on the doll. So I put the pocket bags on top of the petticoat, and then I made the waistband for the panniers really, really big so they would stay together. Oh, when I did the hair, I referenced the original painting, but the original painting, it's really unclear where the hair is going, probably because it's a figurative painting, and Fragonard probably didn't even know how the hairstyles worked, I would assume. So I found another one, which was also a figurative painting, but the hair made a little bit more sense. So I looked at that, and it all sweeps back out of her face and up behind the head. Not too high, not a wig, because most people weren't wearing wigs. And I wanted to make that very, very clear that it was just a high out of the face updo, just to support the hat. I spent way too long trying to get the bones in the right place on the stays. I looked at, I think they were Marie Antoinette's stays, just to get the placement right, because I wasn't sure what the direction was supposed to be. But luckily, all of the lines that I drew separately all ended up showing up on the final printed doll, so that made me very happy. So I spent the first day doing the sketch and then the color blocking for all of the layers, because I wanted it to look, this is gonna sound really stupid, I wanted it to look like cut paper, you know, those sort of like collage illustration pieces where it looks like, oh, the colored textured paper, it's been cut out into this shape and now it's making a pretty picture. I wanted it to look like that, but not be that. I don't know how to explain it. I'll put up pictures. I wanted it to look like one of these pieces, but it's a digital flat printed piece that would eventually be a cut paper doll. And I just think that flat colouring with texture, like a lineless sort of illustration for a paper doll, I don't see it much, and I thought that would look really nice, and turns out it did, so that's good. I made sure to add textures on basically everything, something I was really, 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 really proud of on the outer layers, so that's the underskirt and the robe, like overdress and stomacher. I really, really like the way that I made it look like satin. I've never done that before and it looked so cool. But I did 2 layers of that because I didn't think it looked shiny enough. So I did it twice, but it came out on the print really well and it looks really good. Anyway, like I said, I was rushing, so when I formatted the doll, I printed it in A4, but I needed to format it so that all of the pieces were like on a single page to be printed. And with the bleeds, I did a really, really rough bleed that would have been a waste of ink if it went to like proper manufacturing. So I changed it afterwards. I also did tabs that I just assumed would be correct, and they mostly were, but I did go back and tweak them afterwards. So now I have new tabs, new bleeds that are much neater. I made a little logo for the corner. It's not very good, but it's there. It's just to make it look more professional than it is. I never ended up drawing the dog. Well, I did, just not like now in what you're seeing. I didn't draw the dog for the end of the project. I was rushing too much and I just wanted to get it done. I was so sick of it. And after the project was submitted, the feedback from it was that it looked really unfinished, because it was, and it is. Because it didn't have packaging, I just submitted it in an envelope because I was too tired to do packaging. So I didn't do the packaging. Or the information card. I still haven't done the information card. If I ever, like, like print it as a real product, then I will make the information card, but no one cares about the information cards. After I submitted the project, I started on the accessories. So that's the dog, the background, which is like a teeny tiny, not quite replica of the background of the painting, but it just like has the same vibes and the same tree and the sort of depth of field that the original has. I wanted to keep that. I added a little bush behind the dog and my lady to help her stand, because before it was just a white rectangle and it didn't look very good. It was covered by all of the skirts afterwards, like after you dressed her, but it just didn't look very good. I eventually got around to doing packaging for it. I did it as an envelope, sort of like the way that sewing patterns come in an envelope. It was mostly just packaging design for the sake of it having packaging, so it's not great. But I would like to draw your attention to the fake sticker in the corner because almost like all of the Barbie packaging, at least when I was growing up, had like a circle in the corner that was like a fake sticker, and I always thought that was funny. So I did it on mine, and I put a fake metallic sticker on the corner of the envelope. Now that I've finished this project, and it's been a little bit of time, it's one of my favorites. I really, really like it. She's like my own little Disney princess, and she has an animal sidekick, and she's pink, and it's cool. And I like it a lot. I also made a colouring sheet of it. It's available for free on my Kofi, so if you want to have one, you can print it and colour it in. We've just evacuated the building because they think there's a gas leak. Oh, this will not be funny if there actually is a gas leak. My paper doll is in there. Oh, wow. Okay, well, what an eventful day. What do you have to say? It's great. It's great. We're having so much fun. Your project's basically done. Yeah. So you're okay, but I have like a PowerPoint to change the colors of my text on. I could have left like 5 minutes ago if I didn't want to make my portfolio pink. I've submitted my project. I'm leaving college. There's no imminent threat of me getting blown up, but there is quite a substantial threat of me slipping on the snowy cobbles. So I'm gonna put my camera down and concentrate. Well, this is cathartic, isn't it? End of the project. End of the fabled gas leak. I've walked home in the snow, and now I think it's time for a toasty.